Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with a kind of review, demo, and I'm going to do some swatches of the new Makeup Revolution and EMILYNOEL83 palettes. So the Emily Edit, I should say. So we've got the Needs on top and the Wants on bottom. I have used both of these and I love them both. And yeah, I'm just going to do a simple little look. I just want to preface this video by saying that I am in no way a makeup artist. I am just a makeup enthusiast. So hopefully whatever I create today will turn out decent. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. So I'm first going to use the Needs palette, and I'm going to use this one just for my face. I'm going to do my blush, bronzer, and highlight with this palette and my under eye setting powder. And then I'm going to use the Wants palette for my eye look today. So this is what the outer packaging looks like, and I just think that it is so beautiful. EMILYNOEL is probably the YouTuber that I've been watching the longest, that I've been subscribed to the longest. In fact, she may possibly be the first beauty channel that I ever subscribed to. So when I saw that she was doing a collab with Makeup Revolution, I was so excited. I had to get my hands on it. I ordered it the exact day that she came out with her video saying that she had done it. So I could not wait to get my hands on these. This is probably the one collab that I've been more excited about than any. So I just wanted to say that. And also I wanted to apologize. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but my foundation looks so cakey today because I tried that new Juno & Company microfiber sponge, and basically it's just like putting your makeup on with a dry sponge. So it makes it super cakey, and I like a very light to medium coverage foundation, and I like a glowy foundation, so I just feel like my foundation is just caked on right now. I'm hoping it doesn't look bad on camera. Okay, anyways, we're gonna get started with the Needs palette, and that's what it looks like here. And we've got a blush, bronze, and highlight on this side. We've got a kind of under eye setting powder, or you could probably use it as an overall setting powder. And then we've got 6 eyeshadows here, which I'm just going to be using these 4 products today. So I'm going to start with my under eye setting powder, and yeah, because of that sponge, I'm already getting creasing on my under eye from my concealer because it packed it on so heavily. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that on my little e.l.f. Small tapered brush here, and just set the under eye with that. And then again. So that's a really beautiful powder. That helped really to take down that creasing. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so that's what that looks like. It's really beautiful setting powder. It's not too powdery. It's kind of got, I wouldn't say it's luminous, but it's got like a little bit of a shine to it. It's really beautiful. Oh, before I move on, I'll tell you what I do have on the rest of my face. I do have my ColourPop No Filter foundation in the shade Light 70. So love this foundation most of the time. Do not love it with that microfiber blending sponge. I have my Born This Way multi-use concealer in the shade Light Beige. And all I did was my base and my brows. I did my brows with my Brow Wiz and Soft Brown, Anastasia Beverly Hills, and my favorite brow setting product, or volumizer, which is the Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer by Maybelline. I heard they were discontinuing this. Thankfully, I found it in store in a Walmart, and I'm just praying that they do not discontinue it because that is my favorite brow product ever. Let me get you a little bit more zoomed in here. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my bronzer, and this is just on my Ulta Beauty bronzing brush. I love this as a bronzing brush. It's really beautiful. So I'm going into the shade Courage, going to tap my brush off. That's a really beautiful bronzer. I really like it. And go ahead and okay. Show you another cheekbones. It looks heavier on camera than it is in real life, but it went on beautifully in real life. Just bronze up my forehead a little bit here. And just a little under the chin and down the neck. My face looks a completely different color than my neck, even though it's not in real life. I think it's just from the cakiness of my foundation. Okay, really beautiful bronzer. I have used this before. It's just nice. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's right in the middle. It could pass for a bronzer or a contour. I love products like that. I love a kind of one and done. I don't have to do a whole bunch of steps product, so I love that. I'm now going to go in with the shade Joy for the blush. This is a beautiful blush. It's kind of a pinky coral. It's soft. It's beautiful. So I'm just going to go in with my Real Techniques blush brush into that. Dip in a little bit, tap off. And just dust that on my cheeks. Okay. Okay. Really pretty. Just warms up the cheeks nicely. Really beautiful. Okay, and then last I'm going to take my little Milani highlighting brush here, and we're going to go into the shade Gratitude, which is the highlighting shade in the palette, and just highlight the tops of the cheeks. Now this is a highlighter that you can build up. You can make it very intense, or you can keep it kind of subtle, like I am today. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful highlight. Really beautiful highlighter. I really love that. I'm going to go down just the sides of my nose with that. And just over the top of the Cupid's bow. Cannot believe how cakey my foundation looks today. Okay, so those are the 4 products we're going to use in the Needs palette, and they're really beautiful. This is the second time I've used this palette, and I love it. I think this would be awesome for travel, especially because it's got the eyeshadows in it as well. Just such a good palette. Okay, now we're going to get to the fun part, and we are going to go into the Wants palette. So, if I can get the Wants palette open. This is the outer packaging, so it comes in this big, beautiful, kind of peachy colored box. These boxes are, I love the colors of them. They're so feminine and so beautiful. So this is what the inner packaging looks like. Really, really beautiful. This is a huge palette. You can see it next to my head. It is almost the size of my head. You're getting a lot of product in here. It does come with a sheet protector. And I love this because it does come with the shade names on the palette. So, and a huge, beautiful mirror. So this is what the palette looks like. There we go. Okay, so I think I'm going to work with the pinks in here today. I have done a look with the purples, these 2 shades here. I went into this shade here. I used some of the browns for transition, and it turned out beautifully. It turned out like a really beautiful purpley smoky eye. And this shade Eve Rose is the shade that I used on my lid. And this is a beautiful kind of lavender, let's see if my camera will focus on it. There we go. Lavender shade with like a gold reflect to it. It is so beautiful. On my eyes though, it did not show up that beautiful color. It kind of just translated on my eye to more of like a kind of light gold color. So, but it was still really beautiful. I still really loved it. Okay, so I'm just going to start with a big fluffy Wayne Goss number 16 brush, and I'm going to go into the crease with the color Midwest here. So just right here, Midwest. Give that a good tap and just start in the crease with that. And these mattes in here, just like most Makeup Revolution mattes, just blend out beautifully. They blend out like a dream. Okay, and then just gonna do the same thing right on the other eye. Just getting that nice and blown out of the crease and up above it. I do have slightly hooded eyes, so I do like to bring my eyeshadow, especially the transition colors, kind of up and out of that crease, or you would never see that I even had eyeshadow on. Okay, so with a kind of smaller Wayne Goss brush, a Wayne Goss crease brush, this is a number 19, I'm going to go into the color Prayer here. Okay, and I'm just going to take that kind of closer into the crease. And buff that up into the other color that we used. Oh, such a beautiful color. It's kind of this pinky mauve color. Okay, just get that good and buffed in there. Using little circular kind of motions here. Okay. So now I'm going to go into something a little bit darker. I think I'm going to start with this Love Tons color, which is this kind of dark pink. And I'm going to use that same Wayne Goss number 16 brush that I was using. And I'm just going to get a little bit of color on there, give it a good tap. And then I'm just going to work that kind of on the outer corner. And into the crease, about halfway into the crease. And about halfway onto the lid. So just kind of getting that worked up in there. Okay. And then go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. I'm going to grab a little bit more of that on this eye. Okay, that's such a beautiful color, and these mattes are just blending out so beautifully. And I even did forget to put an eye primer on today, so this is blending just beautifully right onto my eyelid, and I don't even have a primer down, not even concealer or anything. So okay, that's the Love Tons color, really beautiful. Okay, and then for the lid, I think I'm going to go in with the color, let's see, I think I'm going to go in with the color Cupcake, which is kind of a shimmery pink. And I found with the Makeup Revolution shimmer colors or metallic colors, it's better to use like when you go to get into the pan, I use like a zigzaggy kind of digging motion almost to really get that color packed onto my brush. And then just like Emily said in her video, go ahead and use a swiping motion when you're putting those on, because if you try and pack them on the lid, they will not go, you know, set down on the lid very well. So, but if you swipe it on, they work beautifully. So I'm going to go in with this Sonia Kashuk number 7. It's like a small shader brush, and I'm just going to kind of, you know, use that kind of zigzaggy motion, tap that off, and then I'm going to just swipe that right on my lid here. And that's really beautiful. And then I'm going to do the same thing just on the other eye. And just really swipe that on the lid. Okay. Okay. And I have kind of small lids too, so I like to take my shimmers just up in the crease right here on my eye, just to kind of create the illusion of having a bigger eyelid than I actually have. So, and then lastly, I'm just going to take this little tiny, this is an Eco Tools accent shadow brush. It's just a nice little tiny brush. And I'm going to go into the color Cheer right here. And I'm just going to put this right on the outer edge of my lid. Just right on the outer edge. Okay. Just right in that outer V there. And then I'm going to go back in with my little small shader brush here, and I'm just going to blend that into the shimmer a little bit, just to make sure everything's blended together nicely. And again, I am not a makeup artist, so please do not judge me too harshly. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back in with my big fluffy Wayne Goss number 16 brush, and I'm going to blend out the edges of everything. And then we're going to go into an inner corner highlight. This just turned out really beautifully. I mean, and for as fast as you can, you know, just kind of throw these colors on, and they just look beautiful. Okay, I'm going to go into the inner corner with this tiny little Precise shaper brush. This is from a set of brushes that I got off of Amazon. They're called Lamora brushes, and these are actually really good brushes. They weren't super expensive. I've had them a long time, so I can't remember exactly what I paid for them, but this is great for just getting into that inner corner. I'm going to go into Oh Heavens right here. And this is a beautiful, beautiful color. And I'm just going to go right into the inner corner here. Okay. And I always bring my inner corner highlight right up into the corner of my eye to kind of blend in with my shadow up there. Okay, so that's the inner corner highlight, Oh Heavens. I am then going to take another small little tiny Wayne Goss 20 brush, and I'm going to go back into the color Midwest, and I'm just going to run that straight under the lash line. Okay. And I'm basically just going to do what I did on the top, right back on the bottom. I'm just going to match what I did. Okay, so then I'm going to go into Prayer again. Okay, run that right under the lash line. Okay. I always try and keep my forehead straight when I'm doing this. I try and keep my forehead straight as much as possible to avoid wrinkles, but it's so hard. It's like a mascara face. I have a under eye blending face as well as a mascara face. Okay, and then I'm just going to use this tiny little smudge brush that was in my little Sephora fan brush set. and I'm going to go into the color, let's see here, Love Tons. And I'm going to go ahead and blend that right under. Probably just the first 3/4 of the eye. So just the first 3/4. Okay. Alright, make sure that matches on both sides. Halfway using the mirror in the palette, halfway using my viewfinder as a mirror. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to go in with this little tiny pencil brush, also from that Lamora set. It's just this little tiny baby pencil brush. Really good for this kind of thing. And I'm going to go into the color Cheer. And I'm just going to put that right in the very outer corner of my bottom lash line. And just kind of blend it up into the darker spot. Okay. The darker spot, I mean the darker shadow up on my inner corner. Okay. And again, I'm just going to take my big fluffy wing gauze and just make sure that everything in this inner corner is blended out. Okay. Okay. And then I'm just going to go in with that same little pencil brush. I'm going to wipe it off over here. And then I'm going to go into Oh Heaven. No, I'm sorry, not Oh Heavens. I'm going to go into back into Cupcake. And I'm just going to run that right in the first third of my lash line. Just so it kind of matches the top, what we did on top. Okay. Okay, so that is the first, well, the second look that I've done with the Emily Noel The Wants palette using kind of the pink tone shades. And I hope you like this. I'm going to go ahead and off camera finish up my mascara and my eyeliner, and then I will be back to give you some more swatches and to talk some more about this palette. Okay, I am back with my mascara and eyeliner done, and for my eyeliner I just used my Essence Long Lasting eyeliner in brown. I'll zoom in a little bit so we can see. These are the best eyeliners ever. I own Marc Jacobs eyeliners, I own Urban Decay eyeliners, I own all kinds of high-end eyeliners, and I always reach for my Essence eyeliners because they last all day. They're like $2 or $3. These are seriously the best eyeliners. And then I also have my Milk Makeup Kush Mascara on, and I love this stuff. It makes your eyelashes for so long with minimal effort. I love it so much. And then I'm also wearing on my lips my Lancome Juicy Shaker in the shade Cake, which I adore. This stuff is so nice on your lips. It really nourishes them. Okay, so let's get back to the palette. So, or the two palettes, I should say. So, this is just, I just love this palette. I love the Needs palette. I think that it turned out beautifully. The highlight is gorgeous. The blush is gorgeous. And that blush shade will go with any look you do in the eyeshadow palette. It's just, this is just such a beautiful palette. So I'll give you some swatches of the eyeshadows. I'm not going to swatch the two kind of bone or set and eyebrow, sorry, setting shades and brow bone shades, but I will go ahead and swatch the four kind of colorful shades for you. So that's what those look like. Those are the four kind of color eyeshadow shades. And then of course it does come with the brow bone highlight, the kind of just regular bone colored, and then the other one is a deeper color, so that would be great for medium or deeper skin tones to set their whole eyelid with before going in with these eyeshadows in the Needs palette. Okay, so those are those. And I'm going to get into some swatches of the Wants palette now. And let's see here. So, ooh, this is a big old palette. And I'm going to go ahead and swatch kind of in color families. So I'm going to swatch the greens for you instead of doing it row by row, because I'm not going to probably swatch every shade. Okay. So those are the green shades. Okay. Let's go in with the, I'm not going to do the pinks since I just did a tutorial with those on my eyes, or a demo. Let's go in with the purples. Okay, so those are the purples. Let's do the purples up here. Really beautiful, just beautiful quality. I mean, Makeup Revolution has just been killing it with their eyeshadow palettes, the collabs that they've done, the Sophie X, the Makeup by Tammy palette, now this palette. They're just killing it with these collabs that they're doing, and I'm loving them so much. So those are all the swatches I'm going to do right now because my battery is about to die, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up because it's probably forever long. But I do hope that you enjoyed this video, my first kind of demo, and if you did, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!